Hi, I'm Robert Turner. I built this villa based on a real building in Thailand. It's a fairly large build. It took about 9 months to put together. The floors of the building all come apart. The lighting was recently introduced specifically for Brickworld Chicago, and it has a really dramatic effect and allows people to see the interior, which previous shows they never really did see the interior. And this is the first big show it's really traveled to. So.
Okay. Now up in the front here you've got a lot of details with the rock work and the trees. How did that all work out?
So the trees actually were what I felt was really easy, but I'm just using the pipes from the Ewok set, the Ewok Village. And I don't think I've actually seen it before, but I think it's becoming more common now where people are using the pipes for trees, but I hadn't seen it at the time. And I just thought it would be a really good way to kind of contour around. The rocks, on the other hand, were a very long 4 days, but 40 hours over 4 days straight. I actually had to take days off work to get it all done, and that was quite tedious. And the hard part about it is getting all the angles of the building right to make it match the real life stuff. So all the trees actually match the trees in real life, or at least in the photos that I have of the building. So that was kind of the hardest part, is getting everything to look real, right, and fitting it all in. In terms of the building itself, the hard part was kind of retaining structural integrity while still retaining the thinness of the floors and the features that were required to make it look realistic.
Oh yeah, the house is done really well. You've got all different little details in there. Those little chairs you use with the gray round.
Yeah, the gray round tiles were kind of useful for that. They're maybe a little big in terms of the scale, but it's not like we get half stud or quarter stud sizes yet. So they came out really well, and the effect is kind of neat. I like the way the furniture turned out, and lots of people don't always realize, but you can look inside and you can actually see toilets. There's all toilets in there and everything, so it's really quite cool.
Now, when you're working on a very large build like this, you've obviously got a lot of the gray pieces and things like that. Where do you usually find the best place to source those pieces?
So the parts for this were sourced primarily from 3 different sources. One was Pick-a-Brick, both boxes and containers. The other one was Bricklink, and Pick-a-Brick online as well. So 3 different sources. So a lot of the white came from Pick-a-Brick online, white and trans, because I want to make sure it's not scratched and colored, right? Whereas most of the gray came from all the gray slopes came from Bricklink, and most of the infrastructure and the gray walls on the outside came from Pick-a-Brick boxes, and so on and so forth.
Sure. So now, like I said, this is quite large. What's it like to transport this? Does it break down into sections?
So we might be able to demo that really quickly. It actually is one big piece, and you can pick it up.
Wow. So that's impressive. You just ship it all like that?
Yeah, it just goes like this. Literally, I take this tree off, I stick it here, and that's it. Oh, and the boat has to be moved, otherwise it falls off and gets lost. Okay. But it really is a plop and drop type mock, so it's quite cool in that respect, so it's easy to set up. But it is heavy, that's 50 pounds, so it's a bit awkward. And you can't really put anything on top of it, so that makes it tricky in transporting lots of stuff. So.
Yeah, that's true, if you're trying to stack stuff on top of it. Well, that's really impressive. I love how you can move that around like that and all the little details you got in there. Thanks for showing that to us.
All right, no problem, Josh. Thank you.